Hey guys, this is SupPup and I'm bringing you guys another Rome Total War online battle. This is a Carthage vs Macedon battle. I command the Carthaginians and my opponent, Sirlance, commands the Macedonians. Let me just rattle off the names of my units really quick. I have 6 Sacred Band Pikemen blocks, 4 Slingers, 2 Round-Shield Cavalry, 4 Sacred Band Cavalry, and 2 Libyan Spearmen. And in this battle you can already see that I'm moving up quite quickly. I decided to use a rush tactic on this game since my opponent had a superior ranged advantage, but I had the superior infantry advantage. So I really wanted to press the advantage quickly and not let any of his infantry really wear me down. Now let's take a look at my opponent's army. He has 6 Royal Pike blocks, 4 Illyrian mercenaries, 4 Cretan archers, 4 Companion Cav, and 2 Greek Cav. So he has quite an imposing infantry and cavalry force, but his Royal Pikes are his weak point. His Royal Pikes cannot stand up for very long against Sacred Band Pikemen. So I'm going to immediately engage his Royal Pike blocks with my Sacred Band, and it's going to hopefully tear him to shreds pretty quickly. You can also see that he moved his cavalry farther out to his flanks. But you can see that his cavalry are like nowhere near. And you can see that I am doing quite well on his infantry. And you can see his cavalry is way out in the background, and this was a huge mistake by my opponent. So I'm going to capitalize by sending my cavalry around his flanks since I did not have to worry about a cavalry threat, and I'm just going to launch some vicious hammer and anvil to immediately destroy his pike line. And it's going to almost cause an instant rout. And I'm just going to keep them on the backs, hammering away, because even if they turn around, it's just going to be mass destruction by my Sacred Band pikemen. You can already see a rout going on. And over on his left flank, opposite my right, I am going to smash into his Cretans and just plow right through and into his Royal Pike line. So you can see a mass rout now going on. All of his infantry has now routed, and it's pretty much game over for my opponent already. But he can still have units regroup, so I'm not counting the win yet. You can still see he has all of his cavalry pretty much intact, so I need to be careful still. But it does look like it's going my way since I have almost all my infantry intact and he has almost none. So it's really looking good for me at this point in the match. And here I decide to launch one set of my Sacred Band cavalry right into his companion cavalry, and we're going to have a duel with them. Here I have some success. I sent a Sacred Band cavalry squadron into his Greek cavalry squadron, and I'm able to rout them almost immediately. And you can just see that all over the map there's cavalry fights going on everywhere, and he's trying to support, seeing as he has superior cavalry numbers. And some could argue superior quality. Companion cavalry is pretty strong, but Sacred Band cavalry also is very strong in its own right. Here I'm right about to break through that set of companions, and I do, and I'm going to launch this spare set right into the back of his companions, and it's going to cause an instant rout of them. So now it definitely looks like it's going my way. Almost all his cavalry is eliminated. It's not looking good for my opponent. He still does have all of his range advantage intact, seeing as I was more focused on eliminating his pikes and then immediately focusing on his cav rather than his ranged factor. I did send a rout on some of them with my cavalry, just smashing through them to get to his Royal Pikes though. So he is somewhat weakened. As you can see, my cavalry is somewhat depleted, but it's not going to be all bad because my cavalry can still just run them down while they're running, and you're going to see they're going to just break through these people. And you can just see now they gained an experience chevron, and they're going to, and the Illyrian mercenaries are just going to almost rout immediately. So you can see that now all he has left is his ranged, and he has decided to do a tactical retreat to the back of the map to maximize his effectiveness with his ranged abilities. But it's a pretty clear fight now. You can see his general is now in the mix with some Sacred Band pikemen, and that clearly is not going to go his way. And also I'm going to be moving up 3 spare sets of Sacred Band pikemen to engage his Illyrian mercenaries. And you can see now that his general has retreated and he is running for his life. And he does live, but it really doesn't matter because he gave up and he ran. So that's the end of that unit. You can see that I'm chasing his Cretans and Illyrians with my Sacred Band pikemen. It's working quite well. I actually get to a set of his Cretans and we're engaging in melee. So it's not going to go well for him in this kind of engagement. Cretans are good in melee. They're better than regular archers, but there's no way they can stand up against infantry power, especially the likes of Sacred Band. Here I'm going to launch the remnants of my cavalry right into the backs of these guys, but they are going to stop, and for whatever reason my cavalry does end up routing. It's just because of this large amount of numbers still left, and they're very depleted. But I do get some pretty nice kills with my cavalry, but then they're going to rout, and they're going to retreat off the map. And you can see that now most of my cavalry, if not all of my cavalry, has been pretty much eliminated from the equation. But like I said, it doesn't matter because it's just too far gone a conclusion by now. But because this is all just going to be me just advancing on his troops and trying to corner them, I just decided to cut this part of the video out and fast forward to the results screen. So here you can see the results, and I got a clear victory. I do hope you guys enjoyed this fight. I know I did, and I'll be sure to bring you guys more. See ya, everybody.